When most people hear about inflation in cryptocurrencies, their first reaction is probably a mix of frustration and worry. Imagine it like a sneaky pickpocket, picking your wallet, slowly eroding the value of your holdings without you even noticing. Think about it. In everyday life, inflation means prices go up and your money buys less, which can feel unfair, especially if you're just trying to hold on to what you've earned. This idea carries over to crypto, where inflationary tokens, those that don't have a hard cap on supply, often get painted as the black sheep of the blockchain world. But is it really that straightforward? As an economist who's spent years digging into these markets, I'll walk you through the nuances, focusing on tokens without a maximum supply limit, and help you decide if they're generally bad or just misunderstood. Now, the inflationary token I'm focusing here are those tokens that don't have a maximum supply limit and keep on producing more over the time, though, let me cover a little bit of the others too, may I? Until the end, it all falls on how the code is written for each blockchain. For example, you have proof of stake, POS, systems, like some popular networks, where new coins are minted every time a block is added to the chain. It's a way to reward validators for securing the network, but it inherently leads to more tokens floating around. On the flip side, there's proof of work, POW, like Bitcoin or Litecoin, where miners have to burn energy and computational power to earn new coins in return for keeping the network safe. These are designed to be more controlled, with Bitcoin, for example, having a halving event that slows down inflation over time. Then, you've got all these altcoins built on top of bigger blockchains, say Ethereum, which aren't as rigid as the originals. Take the shift from Matic to POL on the Polygon network. It went from a fixed amount of max supply to the introducing about 5% inflation annually. In traditional economics, inflation is often seen as a tool to pump more liquidity into the market, giving people more money to spend and ideally stimulating growth. But in crypto, it's a bit different because the real-world uses for most tokens are still limited. A lot of folks are in it mainly for speculation, the get-rich-quick gangs. So, inflationary tokens can end up feeling like they're just fueling these money games rather than touching on actual utility. Like, if there's no real demand for transactions or activities on the token, then all that extra supply just dilutes its value, making it seem pointless. If you think about it that way, it feels like inflationary token doesn't really add value, more like it dilutes the value instead. Consider that myself as an economist, Bitcoin and Litecoin, their model are towards on trying to prevent wealth concentration, or if there's a better term for it, coins hoarders? You see, its model made it that the output more to less encouraging more participants to join the mining game, so every have a fair chance of holding them, and yet CEX came in and they got and made things move the other way around. Anyway, back to the topic. It is important to note that how the token is created and managed. Take Dogecoin for instance. That's a different beast because it's inflationary in a more straightforward way. Miners get the new coins they dig up, and it's pretty static, no wild surprises. But with other tokens, you have to dig into the contract details. Who gets those newly minted coins? In some cases, when a new network forks or upgrades, they might just add another 30% to the maximum supply and keep it for themselves, the developers or the big holders. That's basically a wealth transfer, straight from the little guy's pocket to the insiders. I don't mean all of them, but majority of them did, and it's something you have to watch out for, because at the end of the day, inflationary tokens in crypto generally lead to a dilution of the token's value. Since the supply keeps growing without matching demand, your holdings just aren't worth as much anymore. Of course, before our video ends, I want to share that tokens with a great inflation rate often come with high yield opportunities, like staking rewards that can give you a nice return. It's like getting paid to hold, which might attract more users and keep the network active. But, to be honest, it all depends on the creator.